Playoff fever has immersed South Florida as we are at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store. As it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Miami Dolphins. The third of 3 games to finish up this Sunday. We might save the best for last, and off we go here in the Wild Card round. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here's A-Chain to begin the drive. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On second down, Wilson. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Third and 2, now Wilson. And the Broncos get there and take him down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Matt Araiza now on to punt this one away. Here's Smith to return it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry, it's Williams. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Play action. Now Wilson. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the 1st down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. Oh, fighting off the defender. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. Wilson. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's 3rd and 6. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Throw caught by A-Chain. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
That's another Dolphins first down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
A-Chain on 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Early down stuffs to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Second and 8 coming from the 19. Again, it's A-Chain. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Devon A-Chain scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Dolphins will strike first here this wild card matchup. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. From his end zone, here's Tremont Smith. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. They go play action now. Wilson. That's caught. It's Marvin Mims. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 28 yards.
First down, Broncos.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 48-yard line. Here's Wilson. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he'll go down, but but not before getting this inside the 30. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams able to fight through one tackle. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
Well, when you're a road team in the playoffs, when you're a wild card, what's the one thing you need to be able to do to stay in football games? Run the football. And that's an excellent job right there of identifying where to go and picking up good yardage.
Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. This one swung out to Williams. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. Yeah, he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Touchdown! Jerry Jeudy from 4 yards out. And the Broncos' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Lutz with the extra point. And we are tied at 7.
Will Lutz set to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. Hill shedding the tackle. And he returns this to the 22.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They give to Achane on the option. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center because, remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion. And sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Waddle, the motion man right. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. Oh, that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
On 2nd down, a run by H.A. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Now Wilson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 43. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow them to convert a 3rd and 18. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 43. H.A. now up the middle. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Wilson. He dumps it off to H.A. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. A nice run right there, and we talk this time of year about certain teams, certain players who don't have a lot of postseason history to speak of, and here's a man right here in his rookie season in the NFL, and he's being asked to carry the load at running back for this offense.
And he has acquitted himself nicely here in his rookie year, and look, I think we both believe that the burden's a little lighter on backs and receivers than it is on quarterbacks in the playoffs, but that's not to say this is going to be easy. As fast as the NFL game is in the regular season, it's like warp speed when you turn the pressure up in the postseason. So let's see how he handles things early.
A-Chain here. They stay on the ground. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 54 yards rushing for him in this first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. Here is 3rd down and 4. Running right, here's A-Chain. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. York able to send this one through, and that will do it for this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Now Williams running left. And a lane slow materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's 3rd and a few inches. From the shotgun, Wilson. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team is struggling to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
A give up the middle to Achane. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Stuck for a loss by the linebacker, Josey Jewell.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Play action. It's Wilson. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Wilson. Completes it to the tight end, Smythe. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
First down. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
It's Achane on the give. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Devon Achane, his 2nd touchdown of the night, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Now the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now it's Wilson. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Sacked by Andrew Van Ginkel. He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. To give him 17 yards that time, as that'll move the chains.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
On first down, Wilson. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that's going to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The 71 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Buying time to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And this shot downfield on second down is brought in. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he takes this down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. To throw is Wilson. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Miami. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. The Broncos on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now Wilson. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
The kick by Lutz is good, and they're back within a touchdown at 17-10. All right, right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
A give left side. Here's H.A. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Right back to H.A. on second down. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are right back in this football game. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. They'll find him. Find him.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. And now they're in the hurry-up. On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I was used to joke with my teammates who carried the ball a lot. Then we got in these situations and they were carrying us home. I used to tell them, boy, you guys just look like Paul Bunyan, just growing stronger, bigger, tougher. And all night long, he's carried this team.
He has indeed. Everything magnified right now. A huge 3rd down conversion. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Play action. Now Wilson. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 26. A good pickup there, 26 yards. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Williams. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Jerome Baker crashing downhill and getting the stop.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Javonte Williams, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th.
Will Lutz set to kick off.
Both these teams fighting for their playoff lives. All tied, 4th quarter as the kick is away here. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level, and quick, make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Throwing is Wilson. They'll swing this out wide. Here's A-Chain. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. All tied up. Less than 2 minutes to go. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. Oh, that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
A big play looming on 3rd down. Wilson to throw. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
This is 1st and 10. A give to Williams, running right. Wiggles free. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
I think we saw the strategy there, how they moved it to the left hash so they could line things up for them to kick the field goal.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 10-yard line.
They'll come up now, 2nd and 9. The busy night continues for Williams. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation. Lutz good on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead.
Dolphins 17.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
First and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
One last shot for Wilson. Flush to his right. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that? Being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game. Check. Got that done. Win a wild card game. Big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.